with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
And here we go. Friday, May 13th, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my friend. How you doing, buddy?
Very good on this Friday the 13th. You superstitious at all, Bray?
I am not, man. I am not. I'm feeling good. I don't know what. No superstitions over here. Feeling good. Was able to get out this morning, 6 a.m. I got out with my with my dad and stepmom. Golfed.
Hit the legs.
Played at Farmington Hills. You know, got the links, man. You know what I'm saying? Since I don't get invited by anybody here at the network, so I got to take matters into my own hand and get ready for Chad and Tim this
Who's golfing here besides Nick Leach?
Nick Leach. Tim golfs. Tim dresses like a golfer every day. Like every day he comes, he looks like Ricky Fowler or so. So, I mean, that's enough.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
enough.
Dressed like a golfer today. I think a little bit.
You look like an MC at a golf outing.
Very good.
There you go.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon, my friend.
I'm afraid to ask you what I look like.
Tigers fan.
You look like you're going to a ball game.
That's it, baby.
Tigers fan.
When I go to the ball game and I wear this, it's like white by the time I leave.
It's too hot for that tonight.
By the time I leave, it's like all dusty.
Why?
Peanuts.
Oh,
Eat
get
the
out
peanuts,
of here.
all the peanut shell, and all the stuff goes all over me.
Fish in for Sam Flannel today. How you doing, Fish?
Doing good. It's Friday. Excited to start off another.
Have you done all
weekend.
3 shows today, Fish?
I've done all 3 shows. Yes, sir.
Man, what a guy.
Wow, Fish, that's incredible. What was the most
raise.
interesting conversation you heard here on the network today to put you on the spot?
Well, Terry Foster says some interesting things.
Yeah?
As
On the morning
always.
show. Yep.
Always? That's good.
I mean, I can repeat them if you want.
No, that's fine. Sure. What do you got?
I don't know. They were talking about dating, and you talk about being stealth and sticking it inside.
There you go.
Where
Very
it went.
good. Very good.
You never know what's going to happen to Terry Foster.
No. By the way, speaking of which, I was listening to the Pat McAfee show a little bit today. And I never listened to the Pat McAfee show, and I love Pat McAfee. He's got great success. I love his work on SmackDown on Friday nights.
Oh, he's amazing.
But I just never listened to his
Pay-per-views.
show, unless he's got Aaron Rodgers on. I listened to it from 1 to 105. There must have been 6 F words in that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they say the F word.
Oh, yeah.
Like that,
Yeah, they
so
can say
loose.
anything.
Like breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we first started, we couldn't. And
Yeah, we could say whatever we wanted, whenever.
We transitioned.
I suppose we could still say it if we want.
No,
but
because
I
you have to bleep it out, though.
I don't see the need to say it.
Yeah, but if you're boys, it's the boys. They're all
Yeah, I
talking.
mean, they're all friends.
It's locker room talk.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's like you hang out with your friends on a Saturday night, except the drinking.
I
Well,
could
some
be
of them are
some
drinking.
prude or something like that. I don't know.
You are a prude. Because,
You are.
Because
Yeah.
you work at Fox 2, which you have an amazing job, and as a professional, you can't say you can't drop F-bombs.
Right.
You have to hold yourself at a certain class, at a certain level. You have to respect, chin up. You have to bring out the Michigan elite out of you when you're on Fox 2. Here it's a little laid back, but you just don't think about it.
Right.
There it's just locker room talk like Matt said. Those guys, they're just guys shooting the breeze, shooting the stuff. Even Aaron cusses on that show.
Yeah.
Like Aaron cuts loose on that show too.
No, they have a lot. I guess I was just surprised because I'm not opposed to a good F word here and there.
How were you surprised when we watched Adam Baydoun
Well,
say the F word 90 times
but-
a
I was
day?
going to say,
But
Adam Baydoun.
I love Baydoun, but
He's not national?
But he's not Pat McAfee.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Pat McAfee, I feel like doesn't need to drop the F-bomb 6 times in
But what
5
do you mean
minutes.
by not drop the F-bomb? Like, that's his personality.
I just
that's
didn't
his
know.
stick.
I just didn't know.
Now you do.
That's his
Yeah.
stick. I mean, he's doing wrestling commentating. He's like that. It goes with the territory.
I mean,
do
it didn't
believe.
bug me.
Obviously, it did.
Well, I was just startled by it because I always
did it scare you, Ryan?
No, I always, because I've got young kids too.
Right.
So I'm always, and maybe it's the TV thing a little bit, but I'm always cognizant I'm always thinking about the dad driving to the ball game in the car listening to the radio or listening to a podcast or listening to anything.
Right.
Would you be able to continue listening with all of these F-bombs?
Listen, you don't have to worry right now for Lydia and Luke with the music they listen to, but you will eventually.
Yeah.
I get
And
it.
they're going to know more curse words than you.
And soon.
Fletch is in the house today as well. How you doing over there, Fletch?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a good day. It's Friday. It's a nice day outside. I'm going to the Tigers game tomorrow. We got a replay on over
Star
here,
Wars
but
night.
Star Wars night.
Star Wars night is
rained
tomorrow,
out.
isn't it?
Huh?
Star Wars
Possibly
is tomorrow.
rained out.
Yeah, tomorrow. Today's
Yeah.
pink out. Tomorrow's Star Wars night.
Well, hold on, because I'm going tonight. It's what?
Pink out.
Pig out the park.
Yeah.
Ah,
So we're
You get a
pink
pullover
or we're
tonight.
that.
okay.
The first 10,000 fans will get a
Won't be me, but
pink. Well, you get it. Give it away. Give it a
no, I
mom.
said I won't be one of the first 10,000.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
going the first
Like,
inning.
it
Whoever
has-
like showing up the first inning.
No, well-
I'll be there inning 3.
And you still might be part of
One
the
of the
first 10,000 if you show up
No,
even
you
in
won't.
the third inning.
No, they show up for Pink the Park. They do.
For these bums,
Yeah, that's true. They do.
for these Detroit Tiger bums, my God.
Yeah. Braylon, you had a great night last night. Tell us about Hall of Fame Health.
Hall of Fame did an amazing job. We have SMA, who's one of our sponsors on the show. They have their podcast, This is the F Word, talking about fentanyl, and that supports mental health and addiction. The panel last night, man, was just amazing, man. We were able to have the conversation about mental health, talk about how mental health affects PTSD, trauma care, as well as addiction, talk about how they go hand in hand. And they did 2 different panels. On one panel, they had the clinicians. Dr. Siegel was a part of that. Dr. Singh was a part of that panel. Eric Hipple, former Lions quarterback in the 80s. Obviously, you know his struggles with addiction, his struggles with suicidal thoughts, and then now he's been a mentor for mental health as well as addiction now for the better part of 30 years. It was just amazing. Calvin was on the panel with me. It was Andre Rison, Michigan State great. Calvin Johnson. Our own D-Mac was on the panel as well. And we were just having the conversation about mental health, trying to destigmatize mental health, trying to get these individuals to come out from the shadows and tell them it's okay to not be okay. So just having that conversation, man, and just having it in Detroit, downtown Detroit, at Eastern Market, in a city, in a community that I've been in. I went to Martin Luther King High School, which is right around the corner. So to see those people that cared about that, man, Sunflower Health did a really good job, as well as Hall of Fame Health. It's an amazing event to be a part of, man. I got a chance to speak, and your boy was fly, so it was good, man.
I talked to Josh Landon earlier today, who was
Landon, my
one of the
apologies,
MCs, and he said that you were just tremendous on that panel last night, and you gave good examples, and you were really engaging with the audience, and it's very important to talk about for the men.
I think the big thing about it is having the conversations, is why I've gotten so involved, and I've gotten better and better year after year working with Sean Jordan and the NFL Alumni Association, especially the Detroit chapter, is being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I think being vulnerable in these moments and opening up is, when I first started having the conversation in 17, is you start to be vulnerable. You start to think about yourself and how is this affecting me? How was depression after the NFL season affecting me? How did depression turn into something else, that I was accessing here? So I was able to know that about myself, and I have people around me to help me out. So, now that I talk to kids, now that I talk to impact luncheons and panels like last night, you just share your story, you become vulnerable, and then you have that conversation. Vulnerability opens up for so many things and allows you to connect to so many people, so many organizations. So extremely excited about last night. To be honest, I was damn proud to be on that stage with Calvin Johnson, who's Mr. Detroit, he's Hall of Fame, Detroit Lions, D-Mac, Mr. 4-time Stanley Cup, Mr. Grindline, excuse me. And then Andre Rison, Michigan State, the career that he had in the NFL was amazing. Crazy thing is, he told a story and said he was almost a Wolverine.
Really?
Said he wanted
And
to
you
go
were
to-
almost a Spartan.
This is true. I told him that. He said he wanted to go to Michigan. He said he went up there for the recruiting trip, told Bo that, hey, he still had, East Lansing after this, but, wow me. And Michigan did a hell of a job. They told him, Bo never let anybody play 2 sports. Bo didn't let anybody play 2 sports. I don't care how good you were in baseball and basketball. My dad was drafted in baseball out of high school. Bo didn't let my dad play baseball at Michigan. Bo told Andre Rison, he said, you can play basketball, you can wear number 1, and you can play football. And so his grandfather, who Bo won over, because we know how Bo is in the living room. Bo was undefeated in that living room. Tells the story. His grandfather fell in love with Bo, and he said, okay, cool, we still have to go to Michigan State, but it's looking like Michigan. Bo says, okay, that's at nighttime. That morning in the Detroit News, in the Detroit Free Press mass, it was on the cover. It said, Andre Rison commits to University of Michigan. Andre Rison going to Michigan. Andre Rison's grandfather took that as an
insult.
Exactly. You took what we said last night. You went to the press. You said he was coming. I told you it was a good look.
Wow.
And he thought it was disrespect. And so he signed the dotted line with Michigan State a week later.
Wow.
Who knows?
How about that?
That's amazing.
Andre
I bet you
Rison
nobody knows that story.
wanted to go to Michigan.
Man, hey, speaking of Eric Hipple, Eric Kramer, another former Lion quarterback, great Lion quarterback, only playoff winning
He's
quarterback.
another guy that's in that mental health space.
Yes,
he tried to commit
survived.
suicide.
He survived a self-inflicted gunshot.
Yep.
What did you say? Twice?
Twice.
Oh my God.
Twice. Tried to shoot the first time I believe he tried to commit
I think
suicide.
he tried to change his mind.
He changed his mind
Yeah.
and moved, and the gun went off and it missed him.
Yeah.
And so he was able to get help for that, and then he tried again.
Wow.
And that's the one you hear about, that he actually hit himself, but when he moved,
Damn.
it clipped him and it didn't
God-
hit his brain. So,
God bless him.
This man, SMA, mental health and addiction is real.
That is incredible. You did a great thing last night, Bray. We are very excited for the show today. Coming up in the 3 o'clock hour, we've got your former teammate with the New York Jets, 11 years in the NFL, ESPN radio analyst right now. He is Bart Scott, Detroit native, going to be on with us. Can't wait for that.
Wait, man.
No doubt. So we'll talk to him about all things NFL. And probably a little bit more. What was it like to be teammates with Braylon, diving for balls in practice, trying to win the Super Bowl on a Tuesday morning?
Hey, look, man, I was so damn happy to be out of Cleveland. I would have done anything. I would have been the water boy if they needed me to, just so I didn't have to go back to Berea and deal with Eric Mangini and the Cleveland Browns.
I want to ask him about poor Sal Paolantonio, how he survived that interview.
That is fantastic stuff. So, guys, we'll do that. Coming up next, Lions schedule. Game by game, what do you got? What's your early impression? Then we will go through the NFC North division as well. Where are the Lions ranked in terms of their win-loss projections? Might be surprising, maybe not. We'll see. All that and more coming up next. But first, a message from the Foaling Warehouse.
In Hamtramck, Michigan, of course, my two favorite games, football and bowling. Put them together, and it's the Foaling game and the Foaling Warehouse, invented by Chris Hutt. He'll be there and teach you the rules. It's really easy and a couple of ways to play. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation for $120, 2 hours, and you can put 10 or 12 people on that lane. Bring your own food in, have it delivered. The place is huge. Spread out, have a picnic for all they care. And the bar is open, and the bar is high. And how about that? Over 100 beers they offer, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Get your Foal on. Check them out at FoalingWarehouse.com.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
85 degrees, man. It is time to get in shape right now. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential. If you get in shape, you can wear smooth stuff like this, man. But you got to get in shape first, man. I'm talking $0 down if you sign up.
$0 down?
Only $0 down. That sounds like free to me. But then after that, after the first month, it's only $10 a month.
Only $10?
Working out. Only $10 to continue working out at home of the judgment-free zone. That's right. You can work out however you want, however long, however short. No one's paying attention because they want you to be great, want you to be in your own lane. That's right. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential.
Very essential. No doubt about that. Guys, we are talking Lions, and we're really excited to do it. And we'd like you to join us on our YouTube channel. We are broadcasting live right now on Twitter and Facebook. We're going to close those feeds and swing you over to our YouTube page, Woodward Sports, 25,000 subscribers strong. We thank you for that.
So I'm a boy in the comment section right now. Shout out to Woodward Sports' own Sean Murphy. And yes, Sean, I am your tribal chief, but you are my guy in my foxhole.
No doubt about it. So thanks for watching on Twitter and Facebook. send it on over to our YouTube page right now, Woodward Sports on YouTube. But be sure to check back with social media channels. We'll send out some clips from today's show, including those with Bart Scott. Guys, I want to talk about Lions. They are the only team of 32 teams, by the way, in the National Football League not to have a primetime game this year. I'm really surprised about that, to be honest with you, because of the fact that they got Hard Knocks. Yeah. So the storyline is going to be there. The Lions are going to be an intriguing story, I would think, for football fans around the country by the sheer fact of the Hard Knocks situation.
You would think so. When we got Hard Knocks, well, with the New York Jets, obviously we had gone to the AFC Championship the year before, but when we got Hard Knocks in 2010, we were on Monday Night Football, I want to say 3 times that year. I know for a fact twice, and then we also had a Thanksgiving game as well. But if you look at the Detroit Lions, I think when you're looking from a TV ratings point of view, nobody wants to see the Detroit Lions yet. That product isn't ready yet. And if you look at last season, the Lions weren't good. They were 3-13-1. Yeah, we said it came on late, but you look at 3-13-1. 3-13-1 is 3-13-1 no matter how you slice it. The Lions had a good draft this year. They drafted Aiden Hutchinson, the #1 overall graded defensive player, as well as Jamison Williams, a receiver whom many have as the #1 wide receiver, whether his injury or not. But if you look at the offseason moves, nothing that they did was sexy. Nothing that they did appealed to anybody. They didn't bring in a Bobby Wagner. They didn't bring in,
Honey Badger.
They didn't bring in Tyrann Mathieu, who was the Honey Badger. They didn't bring in of these wide receivers that are gone everywhere. Tariq Hill, Devontae Adams, or poaching players. They didn't bring in anything sexy to add to what they were last year to go 3-13-1. So if I'm looking at it from a TV network standpoint, I'm not putting the Lions on primetime either. I think they haven't earned the right to be on primetime, and that's just as a network exec. I'm not saying from what I've seen of the Detroit Lions, because we know that they are getting better and better and better. But if I'm just a network exec and I'm watching, I wouldn't put them on my network. Why?
And just as a general rule, Maz, before I get you in, the most times a team could play.
Shout out, what up, Ryan?
The most times a team could play on national television is 5, and you saw those teams up there. That's why the max is 5, and they must be on national television at least once. And for the Lions, that national television game is the 12:30 Thanksgiving game, so they don't get a night game.
There are 13 teams that have 5 primetime games. Yeah. We're the only one that does not. And you know what? I don't mind. I like the 1 o'clock games. Yeah. Well, playing at 1 o'clock, you know when the Lions are playing. Because guess what? 4 o'clock comes, that's when the really good games are hitting.
Yep.
And they're not going to be blacked out here. We're going to be able to watch them on Fox, CBS, and whatever other channel, NBC at night. We're clear. 1 o'clock, we're done. Then you watch. Watch the real game.
I do like the 1 o'clock games.
I agree
not
with
only
that.
but you talk about Lions pregame shows this year too.
Get them in, get them over.
Get them in, get them done, and you don't have to wait through the 4 o'clock hour to do that. But for the Lions schedule as a whole, guys, and we did this a little bit yesterday, but now that we have the schedule out specifically, they do catch a couple of breaks. 3 of the first 4 games are at home. I do think that is significant. 3 of the first 4 at home, way better than 3 of the first 4 on the road. Now, they do close with 3 of the final 4 games on the road, but you could really get off to a nice start here with 3 of the first 4 at home. You got a bye week in week 6. I like this schedule. There's nothing crazy on here.
Have you seen the first 2 teams you got to play?
It doesn't. So you do the NFC East Division.
Yeah,
that's okay.
The Eagles beat you by 30 last year.
I understand that.
They're better this year.
38 to be exact.
I understand.
The Skins, the Commanders are a very good team.
Who's their quarterback again?
Yeah, it's Carson Wentz. He can hand the ball off. It's okay.
Who did Carson Wentz lose to when his team
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay,
I got it.
Okay, excuse me.
But Chase,
you're batting 1,000 right now. Right?
Chase Young is going to be chasing, our guy Jared Goff. We have him.
Excuse me,
quarterback.
Hold on. Oh, so you're so keen on when individuals get injured and worrying about them coming back 100%, but you were so fast to throw Chase Young out there just now, knowing he's coming off injury.
I know, but he's already been there, Bray, and he did it at the beginning of the year.
Hey, guys.
He's been injured.
I'm sorry whether it's Chase Young or
He ain't a wide receiver.
or Chase Elliott.
What does that mean? Hey, he's heavier. Chase Young's heavier than a wide receiver. You would think an individual that weighed more, like Jamison Williams is a $175, butt naked, soaking wet. Chase Young is an individual that's 265, 6'5". You would think an individual that's heavier, more muscle mass, it would take him longer for a recovery
I'm just
process.
saying those are two teams that
you're right, though.
You know, the NFC East, you can laugh at it, but they're tough.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is whether it's Chase Young or Chase Elliott, the NASCAR driver, the Lions have 3/5 of their offensive line as first rounders.
Okay.
That is their strength of the team.
Yeah.
If they're scared of Chase Young, now I got Chase Elliott in my mind. If they're scared of Chase Young, if they got to be able to block him. That's why Taylor Decker makes all that money. That's why Penei Sewell makes, was the 7th pick overall in the draft. That's why Frank Ragnow makes all that money.
And
defend against it, block him,
and also,
figure it out.
You also said last year you watched the game where they played against the Los Angeles Rams, and you said yourself you were very impressed and very excited.
I was.
With who?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell against who?
Against Aaron Donald.
So if he can stand up to Aaron Donald, he damn sure can stand to Chase Young.
I know. I'm just saying Washington's a lot better than people think they are.
I agree. They have good players. They have Gibson. They have Terry McLaurin. You see who they drafted in the wide receiver, Jahan Dotson. So now you add to that receiver core. See what they do on defense. So, yeah, you're right. They are a good team. That quarterback position, though, that's the key. Got to get to him. Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris, or Quora. Got to get to the quarterback because once he shows you what he wants to do, and it's not win ball games. But to Ryan's point, it is a good opening. And, look at the Eagles. Eagles are a good team. I said they're going to win the NFC East, and I actually could see the Eagles potentially getting into an NFC Championship game. Now, we'll get to that later when we talk about the Eagles. But the Eagles are beatable. They got Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is still making mistakes out there.
Oh, yeah.
You got the Commanders. Carson Wentz is their quarterback. You got the Vikings. Neither one of you like Kirk Cousins. And then also,
I don't like Kirk
And then
Cousins
the
at
fourth
all.
game is the Seahawks. Seahawks, who's playing quarterback for them? Pete Carroll?
Right?
So Pete Carroll. So to Ryan's credit, it's not a bad first 4 out the chute for the Detroit Lions, a team that's trying to get on track early on. And I like the fact that their home games are early, so you can try to get into the season quick, as opposed to at the end of the season when it could not matter.
Early bye week, I think, is a downer. You're a player.
Yeah.
Do you not? Do you agree?
I hate the early bye week.
Yeah.
Like I hate the because it's like it gets to the point where you almost it didn't happen. The one thing about the early bye week that's good is you're still worn down from training camp. Like, fans don't understand how hard training camp is. And now that they don't do two-a-days every day like they used to, training camp is still hard. It's mental, it's physically draining and taxing. And then you go straight from that into the season. So sometimes when you have those early bye weeks, it can help you a little bit in that sense. It can get you back on track a little faster than some of the other teams that are still trying to recover from training camp. But it's nothing like, man, getting into week 10 and having a bye, where you've got 9 games out the way. Now it's week 10,
Absolutely.
and you get that bye. You get to, because it's almost like, man, those 9 games plus those 4 preseason games were it feels so good to kick my feet up or go to Miami or go to New York and shop or do whatever I'm going to do. It's a head clearer too. If you're winning, sometimes you need a break from winning. Sometimes you're so on. You're so on. We're killing it. We're doing this. We're doing that. You're the New England Patriots from 2007, where you're winning. You need a break. You need to digress. And then on the opposite, if you're a team like the Detroit Lions or Cleveland Browns is getting your teeth kicked in, you need that break to recoup.
And that's really, I think the bye week is in a fine place. I mean, you mentioned the training camp, 3 preseason games, and then 6 games, or so. What is that? 5 games. So that's a nice break, right? I mean,
17 games, so that leaves you 12 games left.
If we're arguing about when the bye week is, we're having a good year, right? I mean, the Lions are having a good year if that's the only thing we're arguing about. But I said it yesterday.
It's a wacky schedule. Look at that. Then they got 3 home games in a row in November, huh? November?
Well, they got the Bills game, and then you got 2 more after that. So so it's 2. A lot.
They're jumbled together. Is what I'm saying.
It is. Guys,
play the Bills.
I want you to give me a win total when we come back. Give me a win total. Also, I'm going to let you know what the win totals are for NFC North divisions. We'll do that all next. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet. It is no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. You've got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford also has over 350 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years, some with less than 500 miles on it. For more Visit lesstanford.com. Lesstanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
Find them.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. We've been on fire lately with our best bets, so make sure you're checking us out. And also, you guys got to also check out oddstrader.com. It is the best site to check and shop all the odds at all the different sports books. It is such a great tool. All the player stats, game day odds, and everything else, live scoring that you need throughout the day. I love it. So make sure you're checking it out. And another thing, I love giving out winners. So let's give out a winner tonight. Let's go with the Colorado Rockies to beat the Kansas City Royals. Royals are one of the worst teams against left-handed pitching. I think Kyle Freeland has his way tonight. Woodward Bet Show, oddstrader.com. Check it out.
Alrighty, Alta. Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes to getting your job complete on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's when Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. With the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan, there's nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. 844-GO-TO-ALTA today, where uptime matters. Alta Equipment.
Thanks for that, Fish, and we certainly appreciate Alta Equipment Company here on Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, and Tom Mazawey. Guys, I made no secret of what I think about the Lions this year and their schedule. I think their schedule is fine. There's no surprises on it. They know when they're playing each and every week. And I think they go 6-3 at home, 4-4 on the road for a record of 10-7. Braylon, come to you first with this. What say you on the Lions' schedule this year?
What I'm gonna do with the Lions' schedule this year is something different than I did with the Red Wings, with the Pistons, and even with the Tigers. Even though I told you guys they weren't going to win more than 78.5, but I'm not gonna buy into the optimism. I'm not going to buy into the optimism. I'm going to be the guy that keeps it straight-laced for us this whole season. I'm going to stick with my picks. I'm going to stick with my thought process and my ideology about what the Lions are going to do. I think the Lions will improve as a team. I think their structure will start to come into play a little bit more. I think you will see the foundation get better for the Detroit Lions. I think they will be in pretty much the majority of their games this year, and I think they will compete at a higher level that you saw last year. With that being said, I got 6 wins for the Detroit Lions this year, which I don't think is a bad move from
year 2.
Yeah, year 2. Competitive in every game is the key. See, if you're competitive in every game, you have a chance to win every game, kind of like the Green Bay game last year, kind of like the Minnesota game, kind of like the Ravens game. But then you win 6 games, it says something about your team. It says that you're buying in. You're a couple players away, or you're another year away. So I'm going with that mode. They will be a better team. But I still only see them winning 6 games. I see the Seattle game as their first win of the season. I think they will beat Russell Wilson. Not Russell Wilson, Dax.
So you think they go 0-3?
Drew Lock. You said what?
They start 0-3?
Yeah, I think they start 0-3. I think they lose to the Commanders. I think they lose to the Eagles. And I think they lose to Minnesota. I have Minnesota winning the NFC North. So Seattle will be their first win with Drew Lock or Geno Smith or whoever the hell wants to get there behind the quarterback. 2, I think they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys lost a lot this past offseason. They got rid of Amari Cooper. They got rid of Cedric Wilson. People didn't know Cedric Wilson was leaving. You saw some of the players on defense leave. You saw some of the offensive linemen that were perennial Pro Bowlers that they let go of this year. I don't know what's going on in Jerry's world, but it's not good. Dak Prescott last year showed you again why you can't trust him. He showed you again why that $75 million that he made last year was a bit too much for Dak Prescott, although it will be a discount in the next couple of years with the quarterback market. I think they beat the Cowboys. The Bears, they'll beat them twice. I have them beating the Bears both times. Have them beating the Jags. I think the Jags did a lot, but you got to put all that together. Everybody gets excited when you see moves. It's like, oh, they bought this guy in and that guy, and this guy does that, and they bought this guy, and they drafted that guy. You got to put all that together. Now you get to get all that fitted in together, and they're gonna, so I don't think they'll do it. Also, it's my mom's birthday, so you got to get a win for moms on December 4th, and then the Panthers. I think Maz and I agree with this one as well as you. They will beat the Panthers at home. I don't know who is who in Charlotte. So I got 6 wins.
6 wins
for the
Braylon.
Detroit Lions.
5, 6, or 7. You said he ended it. So 5, 6, or 7.
5, 6, or 7. I'm going to see how the season goes. I'm betting on Vegas. Vegas knows. What'd they put the number at? Go ahead, put it
Let's
up.
put it up. So
Put it up.
You look at the NFC North division right now, win totals, expected win totals for each team within the division, and the Detroit Lions come in last. The Detroit Lions have the lowest expected win total.
I didn't even see this.
In the NFC North at 6. The Bears 6.5. The Vikings at 9, and then the Green Bay Packers. They do not anticipate them winning 13 games again. Well, maybe they 11 is their win total, but not much respect from the odds makers in the NFC North division. They've got them dead last at 6.
I like Minnesota, and I keep saying that I like Minnesota a lot. I think they are going to win it, but I'm not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers. I know you said you think they're a 7-win team this season. I know Maz thinks 11 because Maz is an Aaron Rodgers guy in the Green Bay Packers. He likes the team. I still think that they're going to be a good team, and I still think they're going to challenge the Vikings. I have both of them, to be honest, sitting at 12 and 5. I got the Vikings and I have Green Bay both sitting at 12.
What do you like about the Vikings so much this year?
I love Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook literally 3 years ago was the number 1 running back in the league. What Jonathan Taylor does in terms of being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, being able to run the football, and being able to block, being an every down back. He was the best at it. And even last year before he got injured to a certain extent. So I love him in the backfield. I love Justin Jefferson. You saw what the man has done in the first 2 years. He's 3,100 yards receiving in the first 2 years and 20-plus touchdowns. That's unheard of. That's insane. I love him. I love the fact that they got, like I told you, Jalen Naylor. I love that Adam Thielen is committed. They talked about trading him, talked about moving him around, but they stuck with Thielen. Thielen stuck with the Minnesota Vikings. That shows me something good. I like the flip side of the ball. You see what they went. They went after the secondary. Harrison Smith, Mr. Notre Dame. You know we got in trouble for that. But Harrison Smith is a damn good safety in this league. Now you put Lewis Seen right next to him. You put Booth out there. Booth is the rookie from Clemson. I like what they're doing on defense, as well as Daniil Hunter is still there on that defensive line. I just think they have good balance. And then also I like the coach in Kevin O'Connell. We talked about these coaches that fall off that Sean McVay tree, which obviously comes from Kyle Shanahan. He's another guy that comes off that tree. He was a GM. He was the offensive coordinator last year for the Rams, and you saw how good they did. And I think Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, the GM, I think he's committed to winning the right way. So I just like the Vikings.
Let me go across the board, all right? Lions at 6. They're right on the number. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say they'll win 7. Okay? The Bears, 6.5. They're going to win 6. The Vikings at 9, they're right on the number. They're going to win 9.
9 and 8.
9 and 8. Packers at 11, they will win 12. Over. So over, under, right on the number, and over. That's the number. Vegas calls it.
God.
Vegas knows.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
I just love you guys. There's just, I mean.
I don't know what to tell you. But they know. Those lights stay on for a reason out in the desert.
I just think with the Detroit Lions, I think, Ryan, you're very optimistic, and I love your optimism. I'll tell you all the time. I love your optimism. But in one breath, I hear you mad at Jared Goff that he's the quarterback, and he's not the quarterback of the future. He's not your quarterback. And then in the same breath, say they're going to win 10, 11 games.
No, that's not true. And I'll tell you where you're wrong. I am upset that they did not get I do not believe Jared Goff is the quarterback of the future.
That's what I just said.
However, that doesn't mean that I don't think Jared Goff is a pretty average quarterback that can play above average and win 10 games. Hell, even win a playoff game. Do I think Jared Goff can win you a Super Bowl? No, I do not. I do not believe Jared Goff can win a Super Bowl.
That's been proven.
Yeah, I just don't. You could have the most perfect team in the world, and I just don't believe Jared Goff is going to win a Super Bowl for Detroit or anybody else.
Right.
That's me personally. And I don't think
And Sean McVay thought the same things.
And again, my want for a quarterback this year had nothing to do with 2022 because there wasn't a quarterback that I believe could come in here and start game 1, week 1 this year. I believed in the organization that they could get a quarterback up and running for next year or 2 years down the road from now. That was what I thought. because I don't think you can pay Jared Goff $40 million and have a winning football team. That is just, and he ain't taking less than he's making now at $30 million.
Okay.
So if Jared Goff gets hurt, this whole thing is over. If Jared Goff goes down for 1 game, that's a loss. If Jared Goff goes down for 3 games, that's 0-3. If Jared Goff goes down for 5 games, that's 0-5. So he's very important to this year's team. But that doesn't have anything to do with that I think he sucks, because I don't think he sucks.
Well, I mean, like, just listening to what you said, you basically said in so many words that he sucked. You tried to say it politely, like, oh, well, yeah, you know, if everything is perfect and he has Terrell Owens, a wide receiver, and Randy Moss over here, and Roger Craig in the backfield, yeah, you know, he can get you to a Super Bowl. Well, we don't have that in Detroit. What we have is Jared Goff, a quarterback that you don't believe in, but you always talk about how important the quarterback position is. To win in this league, you got to have a quarterback. You got to have one of the guys to get to that next level. And I understand you're not saying the next level, but 10 wins to me is the next level. And if you're saying Jared Goff is just average, and then you got a running back in the backfield who's never, ever healthy, like, I'm showing you the reasons why they won't win 10 games, Ryan Ermanni. You got a running back that's never healthy. You got a quarterback you don't believe in. Yeah, you got an offensive line, but you got an offensive line blocking for a quarterback that you don't believe in, and a running back that's not always available.
I'm going to say something that may shock you next.
Okay.
Coming up, Ermanni and Edwards. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. As you know, we broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's here in Birmingham, Michigan. Definitely awesome to get off the air and get myself looking great by one of their talented stylists. I highly recommend to you a Lady Jane's near you. Over 100 locations nationwide, many of them here in the Metro Detroit area. Open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walk in, sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Ooh-wee! Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Begin your handicap journey today at oddstrader.com for live play-by-play updates, live scores, bet tracking. Download OddsTrader app from the App Store today for the best prices for every game. Sign up for multiple sportsbook offers at oddstrader.com. Player statistics, the key game stats are all available at oddstrader.com. Use BetTracker to keep records of all your game day bets and activities on oddstrader.com.
Said I was going to say something, Braylon, that may shock you. Here it is. I do not believe the Lions can win the Super Bowl this year.
All right.
I do not believe it.
But there's a but somewhere.
But I do think they could win 10 games and make it to the postseason as a wild card participant.
Right.
I do. Because of the soft schedule, because of the fact that the schedule is it really benefits them by playing 9 home games and 8 road games. And I do think they can go, again, 6-3 at home, 4-4 on the road. I don't think there's any world beaters on that schedule that they cannot beat other than the Buffalo Bills. Even the New England Patriots, to a certain extent, I would not be shocked if they go to New England and win that football game. I don't expect it to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, I did you a favor by saying that they would go to Chicago, they would go to Dallas and beat Dallas. That's going to be the Lions game. You know, the Lions always have one of those games. Last year it was the Arizona Cardinals. This year it'll be the Dallas Cowboys. They'll go down there and they'll beat Dak. It's in a spot in the schedule that is usually around the time that the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott turn into the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. So I'll give you that game. I understand that. I'll make an example. We were talking about this week that the Detroit Tigers are in a homestand of 8 games, right? We talked about them. The first 5 games they played the Athletics, and in the next 3 games they played the Orioles starting tonight. So, and we said that these teams suck. So this is a great time. He's like, there's no world beaters. These teams suck. So, this is where the Tigers should take the reins. This is where the Tigers should, get back on track. Well, you know what? They went 4-1 against the Athletics. You know why?
Lost 4 or 5.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They went 1-4 with the Athletics, and they're going to go 1-2 with the Orioles. You know why? The Orioles suck. Yeah, the Athletics suck. But the Tigers suck more. And that's the same thing with the Detroit Lions. Yeah, there are no world beaters on that schedule. There are not a ton of world beaters, with the exception of Buffalo and maybe a couple others. They're beatable teams, but they're still the Detroit Lions. They're still not ready to beat those teams. That's why I say that. It doesn't matter if there are no world beaters. Guess what? Because if they're not world beaters, then what do you think the Detroit Lions are?
All right, you ready, guys?
Yep.
We're ready, Maz.
You say they're going to make the playoffs, Ryan.
Yes.
Okay, I got the NFC in front of me.
Okay.
Right.
7 teams make the playoffs.
Right.
Okay.
I was doing the same
Dallas.
thing.
NFC, no, I don't think they make it.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Philly.
I think Philly
Yeah.
I think Philly wins
Okay.
the East.
Philly. Washington.
No.
Giants.
No.
So you got 1 so far.
Yeah.
Packers.
Yes.
I think they're a 7-win team.
So you don't think they're going to make it?
No.
Okay, so I won't even go further than this.
Well, let's
okay, in
keep
your
playing.
NFL, the Lions will make the playoffs.
Keep playing.
You already lost.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Go through
the Lions
teams.
are making the playoffs. You
Go-
got the Packers winning 7 games.
Go through the teams. You asked me my opinion.
Listen, you ready?
Go through.
You ready? Eagles and the Commanders will represent your NFC East.
Okay.
Your
Philly.
Packers and your Vikings will represent the NFC North. Tampa and the New Orleans Saints.
That's 6. Only 7 make it.
And then we didn't even get to
Right.
know where yet, because you got Los Angeles, Arizona, and San Fran coming out of NFC West.
Yeah.
So that's 3 right there. That
That's
makes
9 then.
That's 9. Now you got to go
All right,
back
so-
and maybe take the Saints out.
So, Ryan, here you go. You got that. You got Philly in so far.
Yep.
Okay, we'll continue. Vikings.
No.
Okay, Bears.
No.
Lions.
NFC North champs.
Okay. Tampa Bay.
Yes.
That's 3. The Saints.
Yes.
That's 4. Falcons.
No.
Panthers.
No.
Rams.
Yes.
5. Arizona.
Yes.
6. Niners.
Yes.
7. Seattle.
No.
Okay. So you have the Lions in and the Packers out.
Yeah, I think the NFC North this year is going to be like the version of the bad NFC East division, where maybe
Put the camera on Braylon,
where
please.
maybe a 9-8 team wins that division. Maybe the 9-8 wins the NFC North this year. I'm giving the Lions 10. They're going to win the NFC North division.
Did you send 3 NFC West teams to the playoffs?
Yeah,
Yes.
they did last year.
Oh, I guess they did. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's fine.
And I think Jameis Winston look out in New Orleans too.
Comeback
by the
player
way.
of the year?
I do.
All
I
right.
love the Saints this year with Michael Thomas coming back and with Jameis coming back. I don't think it's a given that Tampa Bay wins that division this year. I think New Orleans is a damn good football
Oh, they have a
team.
Olave too, don't they?
Yep, New Orleans is going to be real good this year.
That's why I had them in the playoffs. But with that being said, I'm going to remove myself from the rest of this conversation, because the guy to my left, I don't know what he's smoking. I don't know what he's on. I don't know what he drank in Club or Studio B before the show started. Did you just say that the Detroit Lions will be the NFC North champs?
Without hesitation.
Listen, just because it worked with the Michigan prediction before the season,
I'm just
which I
saying.
always give you credit for, don't try that again. The Lions, they win the division, really? NFC North, the Lions.
I love you.
The same team that ran it back with the 3-13 and 1 squad. The 3-13 and 1 squad. They ran that back. Paid
They did.
everybody off that squad. Bought them back.
Good team. Got to bring it back.
It's in reverse. Is this opposite day? You know what? I'll play along. Why do they win the North? Why do they beat Green Bay and Minnesota? Tell me that. Why do they beat Green Bay?
Well, I don't think Green Bay's any good this year.
Tell me why you don't think so. Last year they had the number 9 off defense in the NFL. This year they've improved even before the draft, free agency, and through the draft. So now they're even better on defense. Why don't you like that?
Internal turmoil. I think their head coach isn't very good.
Okay.
I don't like Matt LaFleur at all.
13-3, 13-3,
Yep,
13-3.
I understand that.
Yeah, he's terrible, right?
I don't think
he's only
that-
lost 9 games in 3 years.
I don't think you can quantify how big of a loss Devontae Adams is off that team.
I agree with you on
I
that.
think you can win, and I know Green Bay is like 5-0 in
Right.
games without him. I think there's a big difference in not having him be part of your team. I don't think you can go to the well that many times. I don't think Christian, whatever his name is, Watson can step in and fill the shoes of a Devontae Adams. Maybe if you sign Odell Beckham Jr., maybe you can get a little some of that back. I don't like their offensive line at all.
So David Bakhtiari, who didn't play at all last year.
That's 1 of 5.
Who's fully healthy this year. They drafted one in the 3rd round. They have an all-star on the right tackle. They just got back to. You do know you have. When they didn't have anybody at wide receiver when they played the Cardinals, they did win.
You are assuming that some 3rd-round offensive lineman.
I love their offensive line is fine.
Yeah, but you just said they're so good because they drafted some guy in the 3rd round.
First of all, I didn't say they were so good because they drafted some guy in the 3rd round.
Them.
I said I love their defense, and I didn't even get a chance to explain their offense yet because you're not
making any sense.
Sammy Watkins.
Easy, fellas.
Sammy Watkins is on
it. Sucks.
Relax. Sammy Watkins. Oh, I'm sorry. When he was with the Chiefs, they won a Super Bowl. Have the Chiefs won a Super Bowl since Sammy Watkins left? No. Sammy Watkins is on that team now. Alan Lazard still on that team. Christian Watson, Randall Cobb, and you still have free agency.
Do you know why?
And you still have the reigning, defending, back-to-back MVP champion, and that is Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check, baby.
Get your belt.
Discount double check, baby.
Give him his belt.
Aaron Rodgers sucks.
And not in the regular season, and that's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about the regular season.
Sammy Watkins is a really nice complementary player, and when you have Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins is a really, really great 3rd option.
You know what, Ryan? Don't use some conversations to your benefit when they work for you and then want to use them against them when they work against you. You talked about how good rookie wide receivers were. You talked about all this in the draft and what the Lions could do and what these guys could do to change the game. You talked about Olave. You talked about Drake London. You talked about Garrett Wilson. You talked about Jamison Williams, even with the injury.
Best offensive player in the draft.
Even with the injury, oh, man, he's going to come back and he's going to do this, that, and the third. By the way, I agree. He's going to do that. Oh, but now all of a sudden it's a rookie wide receiver, and you don't want to give him the credit because it goes against your argument. It goes against your argument, Christian Watson.
I never even heard of Christian Watson. That's
There's
why
a lot of players
6th or 7th wide receiver taken.
We didn't have half the players from Georgia until we played Michigan, and they all went in the 1st round.
Hey,
They're desperate.
Let's say this, fellas. I love you, Ryan, and I hope you are right.
Well, hope is not a strategy.
No,
it's not.
I'm not gonna go with what you say.
No.
But I hope what you say is correct.
What I'm telling you guys is this: look out for the Detroit Lions this year. That's what I'm telling you.
But you can look out for the Detroit Lions and still not say they're going to win the NFC North, because basically what I told you in my reasoning for them winning 6 games was look out for the Detroit Lions. I told you the structure will be better this year. The foundation,
they're going to double their wins.
The foundation is planted. They will double their wins. But not only that, though, you'll start to see the competitiveness in every game. We saw the competitiveness last year in some games, but then we saw some ass whoopers in there too. And then we saw some games where, oh yeah, that's the Lions. Yeah, that's what they do. I'm saying that they're going to be more competitive this year. I'm saying they're going to be in most games this year down to the wire. I'm not talking about the first half. I'm talking about down into the 4th quarter where it really matters. They're going to be better. They are going to win 6 games. That is looking out for the Lions, because that means in 2023, now you have a chance to win the division.
Hey,
not this year.
You're getting a lot of love on YouTube. That's all I got to say, Ryan.
We're all sick.
There's a lot of people that are in the Ryan camp.
Yeah, because they're idiots too. They're idiots too. They're thinking, Detroit Lions, Hard Knocks. Oh,
They're just
blah,
hopeful.
blah, blah.
They're hopeful.
You said what? But they've been
They're
hopeful
hopeful
for 65 years.
I know,
It's not about being hopeful.
But these people haven't probably been alive in 65
years. You know what?
years.
The faster you're honest with yourself, the faster you can learn to cope and deal with things.
What if they beat Philadelphia? Does that change your mind on win totals
No,
this
it doesn't
year?
because they're going to have one of those games.
What if they start off 2-0? Does
Watch
that change
this.
your
No,
mind?
it doesn't. They started off 6-0 a couple years ago, and it doesn't. The reason why I don't, because they're gonna have one of those games a year. Last year it was the Cardinals. This year I have that game being the Cowboys game. That's going to be the game that they're not supposed to win that they win. Hell, if you want to take that game back, all right, cool. Cowboys win. They beat Philly. Congratulations. That's still going to be the trade-off game, and they're still going to win 6 games. You know what? If that's not good enough for you, cool. Philly wins 2. They go to Gillette Stadium. They get the win over the New England Patriots. There you go. Guess what?
4-1 to
Guess
start
what?
the year.
There's still a 6-game winning season.
Ermanni and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network, Chili Peppers Tanning, a word from them.
Yes, thank you. Chili Peppers Tanning is celebrating 20 years of sunshine. Right down on Woodward, too. 26 locations and more on the way. Join Big D Energy, Darren McCarty, Neil Rule on location. May 20th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's Big D Energy at the Troy location, John R. Road, for the 20th anniversary, including a grand prize contest to win yourself $20,000. Get your tan on at any of their 26 locations all month. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Get your tan on, your Vitamin D headquarters, chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
I could really go for a big boy at right now. And even the Strawberry Fest sounds awesome. We had it yesterday. Strawberry pie. You heard it. We saw it. We ate it right in front of you, for crying out loud. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items, the strawberry French toast, hotcakes, and the waffle. I had that waffle yesterday. It's outstanding. If you're not feeling breakfast, you could try out the lunch and dinner items like the strawberry bacon chicken wrap, the crispy chicken wrap, and the strawberry salad. Perfect recipe for springtime into summer. Don't forget, grab a dessert, a piece of strawberry pie for $1.99 with an order, a purchase of $7.99 or more at a participating Big Boy locations.
Oh, jeez, guys. Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, man.
Nothing,
Hey,
man.
you guys knock it off and get professional.
Yeah, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni.
What did I do?
Braylon Edwards. You didn't do anything, Maz. You never do anything.
Nah, you didn't.
Literally.
6 games. I'm sticking with it. Get out of here.
I'm just kidding.
Seis.
You're sorry, man.
Ses. Se.
Maz, I'm busting your balls, so I dropped all my papers.
All right, here we go. 6 games, man.
6 games.
Take it or leave it. You know what? It's like a deal. Take it or leave it. Because if you don't take it, I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna start haggling with you. If you don't accept my 6 wins total, I'm going to 5.
No, and look again. I'm
4.
I don't know what I can possibly say. I do believe this team wins 10 games. I do want to put up some games though. Thanksgiving games, and this is really the only game on the line schedule I'm counting as an automatic loss, and that's the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are going to come into Detroit and absolutely destroy the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Maybe not.
Well, maybe not.
That's their game. That's our game,
Maybe
man.
it snows today.
The Giants and Cowboys are the 4:30 game, and then the Patriots and Vikings at night on the NFL Network.
Not a superb schedule. Not a great schedule. Vikings, Patriots. That's like kind of got. What? That's no rivalry.
Cowboys.
Is it ever really a superb schedule?
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Not really.
I think so.
What was the last Thanksgiving game that you were like, oh my God, this is unbelievable?
Well, usually the night game is very good. It's always the Ravens against the Steelers, or
like the
I'm just talking about.
The Steelers are terrible.
I'm just giving you a freaking. I'm giving Eagles, Cowboys, whatever. Giants, Cowboys, that's a pretty good matchup. But the Giants stink this year.
What about
it's
your
unfortunate.
Vikings? You love the Vikings.
He loves the Vikings. I like the Vikings. I like the Purple Gang. I just don't see him against the Patriots.
So there's two playoff teams right there, according to you guys.
Yeah.
34.
Well, I'm saying the Vikings and the Patriots are two playoff teams, according to you guys. Why is that a crappy matchup?
It just doesn't do anything for me.
It's an Patriots.
It's an interconference matchup. I don't like NFC against AFC.
I ain't anything about the Patriots, by the way.
Not into it. I don't like that. We have to play an AFC team.
You got 4 teams coming out of AFC West.
What about Christmas Day? Christmas Day.
Wait a minute. On the Lions game again. Lions-Bills here.
Yeah.
We should just play our own division that game. Thanksgiving Day should be for the Packers, Bears, and the Vikings against the Lions.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember when I was younger watching the Thanksgiving Day game. And I remember going to the Thanksgiving Day game. And outside of going to the one, I think the Jerome Bettis, heads or tails. Now, that was Thanksgiving. Outside of that game, which I was at, went with my dad. Outside of that game, I always remember them playing the Bears or the Packers.
Yeah.
Like, I always remember the Bears or the Packers. And like all of a sudden, like when Calvin and Stafford got here, you start seeing like random teams and different
Texans one year.
The Miami Dolphins. Yeah. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it.
The deal is the Cowboys and the Lions, they're locks on Thanksgiving.
Right.
One of them has to play an AFC team every year.
Right.
But
so they just changed that then.
That's been years. It's been a long time. It really has. It's been a very long time.
Okay.
I mean, remember the Raiders Cowboys? That was a hell of a game. A couple of Thanksgiving days ago.
I remember that
one. I mean, these matchups just don't do it for me. I mean, I'll watch anything. If it's NFL, I'll watch the Jags and the Texans.
The NBA is going to take a back seat to the NFL most likely on Christmas Day this year. We throw up the games for Christmas Day coming up pretty soon. Here we go. The Dolphins and the Packers. There's your marquee game right there, and that's the one smack dab in the middle on 4:30. Denver at LA, and then Tampa and Arizona. Look,
speaking of Denver, and I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, please.
We didn't talk about that. What's going on with Jerry Jeudy? That was one of the reasons why Russell Wilson was so excited to come to Denver. You had Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama, tremendous talent. He got arrested yesterday for, and I don't even know, I don't even understand the rhetoric of it that the sheriff's office put out. Said tampering with domestic violence.
He wouldn't give her keys back. She wanted to leave, and I think he locked her keys away.
Oh, okay. No, he'll be good for the game.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. But I wish the Packers were home on this game.
Why?
Don't you want the Packers home? Christmas Day, probably snow. You're going to Miami. Man, it's a turnoff to me. It is. I don't like watching sunny games in December. I don't.
All of those are sunny games.
Yeah.
Too. All of them.
Are we in Braylon? You would probably have more insight than anybody on this, but have we overvalued Russell Wilson and what he's going to do for Denver? I have not liked Russell Wilson in years. In a couple of years, he's had, I think, the first half of the 2020 season or the 2021 season. No, the first half of the 2020 season, he played really well, and then crapped the bed after that. He always gets hurt. It feels like he always gets hurt.
Okay.
And he just doesn't do it for me anymore, Russell Wilson.
So 2 things. One, you and I are connected at the hip. I think we've been working together too long because we're in each other's head. I was legitimately leaving the house today, and I was saying, you know what we should have talked about? Remember when we put up the quarterbacks that were on the bubble seat? You talked about Darren Orlovsky. He put up, he said, these are the quarterbacks that are on
have
the
the most
seat.
pressure on him, yeah.
He didn't have Russell Wilson on that list, and I was thinking about that at the house. Russell Wilson should be on that list. Russell Wilson should be on that list. Now, the reason why I say he should be on that list is because of the things you've said. He hasn't had success in the last couple of years. He was injured. He begged to get out of Seattle. They let him go. That's why I'm excited to see the first game of the season. But they let him go. Hasn't won a playoff series. Hasn't won a playoff game in a very long time. So, yes, he should be on the hot seat. But to what you said, that's fabricated. Russell Wilson threw for 4,240 touchdowns last season, the season before last. Like, you don't give him credit. But it's not his fault. What you got to take into consideration, the man 40 touchdowns and 4,200 yards with what Pete Carroll gave him, which is nothing. The running backs are always hurt. Pete Carroll single-handedly dismantled the Legion of Boom. You got rid of all your protectors and Max Unger, who's one of the best centers in the NFL. Then you got rid of Rob Carpenter, who was the right tackle. You got rid of Russell Okung, who was the left tackle. You got rid of that whole defensive front. Bang up there, Chris Clement. Like, you got rid of these guys that had success. You didn't bring it back. The secondary, like I said, you dismantled it. And then I know you have Lockett. Lockett's been a very underrated wide receiver for a very long time. He's very good at what he does. Never had a tight end. Like that Jimmy Graham farce that they did. Jimmy Graham, like, he wasn't playing well. They haven't had a good tight end for a very long time now. The running backs are always getting hurt. You can't put all that on Russell. It's only so much one man can do, especially at 5'10".
And he missed a couple of games last year, but before that, I said he did get hurt. Yeah, he hurt his finger last year.
Rams.
Missed a couple of games last year, but he did play every game from 2012 to 2020. Yeah. So I do want to give him credit for that, but he always seemed nicked up, or something that affects his play late in the season. I don't know what it is. I feel like
he plays a lot of games. Like, just think about his career, Ryan. And this isn't like coming at you sideways. Just think about his career from his rookie year, which is 2012, to pretty much 2020. So 8 years, 9 years. He made the postseason and had deep runs, like damn near every year. Like, he's going to the divisional round, he's going to the conference final, he's going to the Super Bowl. Like, that starts to take a toll, because that's not just 16 games. Obviously it's 17 now, but when he first started, that's not 16 games, that's 19 games a season, that's 20 games a season, that's 17 games a season, and you're never coming out. You're getting nicked up.
A bold prediction in the NFL. I'll have that for you next, plus Bart Scott coming up later this hour.
And we got Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football schedules as well.
Without question. And you guys might not disagree with me with my bold prediction. I'd be curious to see what you guys have to say about it. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Centron.
Summer Centron is here. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Summertime fine with Centron. Also now, in select Kroger's, Centron is there 2 for $4. You see that beautiful logo right there? You see those beautiful energy drinks? They are so good, and you know me, my favorite is the cranberry. Right now, 2 for $4 at select Kroger's. They want to be a part of memories. They want to be a part of everything you do in life. So why not let them? Drink it, live it with Centron.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Hey gang, Woodward Sports Network, hour number 2 of the program on a Friday, an absolutely picture-perfect day here in Metro Detroit. Wherever you're listening, hopefully the weather is as good for you there
got a car
as
wash
it is
today too, man.
here. Oh God, there's nothing
Nice
like getting a car wash on a nice day. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey with you, talking NFL. We'll have Bart Scott, Detroit native, 11-year NFL vet with the Ravens and the Jets, ESPN radio analyst right now. He will join us coming up in just a little bit. But I want to continue on with this NFL topic in terms of the schedule. Bold prediction. And I actually just kind of talked myself into this.
It can't be bolder than that Lions.
No,
team.
it's not.
It can't be bolder than
I
that.
don't think it is. But I don't believe the Denver Broncos are going to even make the playoffs this year. That's my bold prediction. Because if you look, and if we do the same thing in the AFC that we did in the NFC, I'll tell you that I think Buffalo.
I can give you the teams if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bills.
Do you want to go through the division champions first?
No, I'm just going to give you the team. You tell me if they make the playoffs.
Yes.
Dolphins.
So, can I just tell you right now, I think some variation, one of New England or Miami are getting in this year.
Just one of them.
Just one of New England, Miami.
So I'll skip the rest, the Jets, of course, and the Patriots. So you got 2 in. The Bengals.
I think they make the wild card.
Okay. Steelers.
No.
Browns.
No.
Ravens.
I think they win the division.
Okay, that's 4. You got 3 more to go.
Okay.
Titans. Best record last year in the league.
I think they're ready for a big fall here, the Titans. They
Colts.
got rid of A.J. Brown. Their quarterback is in turmoil. I don't like the Titans at all.
I second that 100%.
I think Indy wins the
Colts.
division,
Okay,
and they are
that's
the
fine.
only representative of the AFC
So
South.
Texans out, Jags out.
Yep.
Takes us to the last division.
Yep.
Chiefs.
Yes, I think
That's
they win
6.
the division.
That's 6.
And I think the Raiders get the wild card or some variation of Raiders-Chargers.
So you don't like 3 in that division.
No, I don't like 3 in that division because I do think New England, Miami. I think the AFC West is going to beat each other up pretty bad.
They will, but I like all 4 of those teams to
Really?
make the playoffs.
So who are you taking out then? The New England, Miami, or Cincinnati? So you're either taking out the Bengals,
You're right,
or you're taking out New England,
You're
Miami.
right. I got to go back and look. You're right. Not all 4 will make it. You're absolutely right.
My division champions: Buffalo, Baltimore, Indianapolis, and KC.
I like that.
My wild cards are the Raiders, Cincinnati, and then either New England or Miami.
Wow, that's a wow. The AFC has never been better.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be improved. I think the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson are going to be improved.
They're ready. If he plays,
absolutely.
If he plays, and they don't suspend him mid-season,
yeah,
they're ready. They're a playoff team.
I actually did look to see who the Cleveland Browns were playing Week 5.
I told you already.
On the bye week.
Yeah, it was not. It was not like. It was not the Houston Texans. I thought they'd play him.
No, I told you what was going to happen with that. They suspend him 6. He appeals. He gets 4. Week 5, they played Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow.
Right.
They played Joe Burrow. Yeah, I'm looking at the Broncos schedule right now. Obviously, Russell goes to Seattle Week 1. They win that. He beats the Texans Week 2. That's 2 wins. That gives you momentum. They play the 49ers at home. I think they beat the 49ers at home. They play the Raiders against Raiders. It'll be a tough one. They're going to be riding high 3-0, kind of like they were last year, but this time it's not fake. It's not a farce. It's real. It's for Russell Wilson. I'm taking Russell Wilson. That's 4. They play the Colts. I got them. That's a loss there. They play the Chargers. I think they split with the Chargers, so however you want to do it, that's 5. They play the Jets. That's 6.
But who's out, I guess?
They play the Jaguars. We're going to figure out when it comes down to it. Like I'm looking at it now, like I don't know. AFC,
I can't pick you 7 in the AFC.
and I agree with you. I can't either. I'm just looking right now at the Broncos schedule and see where they have wins. They play the Titans as well. They play the Jaguars. So it's going to be interesting, man.
Imagine having to play 6 games against the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers.
Yeah. That's hell.
Yeah. That is to the highest degree.
Chargers and Rams will play each other finally at their SoFi Stadium. Of course, they'll charge the Chargers a home game because no one goes to see them anyway. They just go to see the other team. But they're finally playing against each other, like the Jets and Giants usually do at MetLife.
I can't. Since this new format, Bray.
Yeah, talk to me.
With the 32 teams in the NFL and 4 divisions in each league. Yeah. I can't think of a time where a division like the AFC West has been top to bottom as good as it is. I think this AFC West division might be the best division ever in the NFL.
It sure looks like that on paper.
It does on
Last
paper.
year, the NFC West looked like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Still looks like it.
I don't know. I think the AFC West is better than the NFC West was last year. Just look at the 4 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
The one thing about it is we keep talking about, the AFC West, and they're going to be damn good. The one thing about, and I heard Booger McFarland say this today earlier on TV, is all that sounds good, but you still got to put it together.
Sure.
Like everything sounds good. Oh, this and that, and this, and you put this person here, and they added this person, they added this piece, and they drafted this piece. You still got to put those pieces together. Those pieces still got to function. And I think in that functionality, I think what we're missing, because I like the Chargers a lot. Like I'm trying to figure out who I think my AFC champ is going to be. I'm pretty locked into the Chargers, the Ravens, and the team that I'm about to talk about now. Everybody talks about, oh, they added Devontae Adams, oh, they added this piece to the Raiders, oh, for Russell Wilson with the Broncos, and then with the Chargers, they added J.C. Jackson, they added Khalil Mack, they paid Keenan Allen. Everybody's forgetting about the one guy that's been to the AFC Championship 4 years in a row. Everybody's forgetting about the guy that already has an MVP and a Super Bowl MVP and a Super Bowl win, and that is Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes has the most to prove of any quarterback in the league this year, including Aaron Rodgers. Because if you saw what Patrick Mahomes looked like last year when they struggled in the beginning, when they were losing, he was bad. Even when they went on their 7-game winning streak, it wasn't because of him. It was because of the defense. It's because of Melvin Ingram that made mid-season acquisition that they made. He struggled. Now, he played a damn good game, and he reminded y'all who the hell he was against the Bills. And Mr. Josh Allen, who can't beat Patrick Mahomes, he reminded you of how damn good he is and how special he is. But then he turns around and loses to Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship game. I think he has the most to prove, but I also think they made some good additions. They shored up the line out there. They've added receivers. I know Juju Smith-Schuster, for all the jokes that I give him, he's still a damn good football player. And all it takes is getting to the right team and the right home.
And being humble, too.
And being humble, which, it's nothing like getting traded to be humble. Trust me. Coming from a person that got traded, it humbled my ass. But I'm saying they're still the Chiefs. And until somebody knocked them off, and I mean, they got knocked off to a certain extent, but they still made it to the AFC Championship game. I think he has the most to prove, and I think you will see something special out of him. I got the Chiefs and the Ravens in the AFC Championship game this coming season.
Our boy Scotty G from Woodward Bets has said he doesn't think Patrick Mahomes makes a Super Bowl ever again.
Yeah.
It's tough to make it to that game, man.
It's not. Look, it's really hard.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
I agree, but I'm just saying. I'm saying it in this round. It's one thing where it's tough to make it. You look like a Dan Marino. It's like, oh, he made it year 2, and then he never made it again. And I get that. But you talk about a guy that's made 2 already. You talk about a guy that's made back-to-back AFC championships. You talk about a guy that still wants it. You talk about a guy that's still playing at the highest level. You talk about a guy that has the highest contract in the game right now. He's got a lot to prove, man, and he loves football. That's all he does is football. He focuses and he trains. His father was a baseball player at the highest level for the Yankees. So I'm telling you, watch out for Patrick Mahomes and Baltimore Ravens on Lamar Jackson this year. Same draft class. They both got a lot to prove, and I think that's where you're going to see the AFC come through is those 2 teams.
The one team in the AFC I could see that has high expectations that would miss out on the playoffs as well is the Cincinnati Bengals, because that division is a lot stronger than it was a year ago. I think Baltimore is a lot healthier this year. I think they maybe overtake Cincinnati for the division that year, next year. So even if Cincinnati is out, then I'd go ahead and put the Chargers in there before the Broncos. They just, and it's not anything against the Broncos.
They just barely missed last year.
The Broncos?
Yeah.
They're 7-10. Were the Broncos 7-10 last year?
I thought they got eliminated the last 2 weeks.
And maybe they did because 9-7-1 got in the playoffs.
All right.
That was the Steelers.
So 9-7-1 makes the playoffs. So you're eliminated in the last 2 weeks of the season. You're alive until then. So
remember what their old coach said? All I needed was a quarterback to compete. And he got shown the door.
Vic Fangio.
Vic Fangio.
You go up and down, and that's why he's saying it's fun to watch it play out, because we can sit here and talk about all the acquisitions. You could talk about how good teams are on paper, because they are. It's a lot of damn good teams on paper. Hell, the Lions to a certain extent are good on paper, but it's just you got to put that together, man. And you look at the Chargers. Oh, I told you one day it's gonna happen. Somebody's coming through the studio. One day somebody's coming through. I wish you guys could see this angle. This plumbing and heating and cooling truck. He's damn near in Lady Jane's studio. But also with the Chargers.
You're lucky you sit there.
I know, right? I got
first by this window.
First right of refusal. But no, going back to the Chargers, you got Justin Herbert. Yeah, he's amazing, but Justin Herbert still show you that he's not ready in games. He still makes those young mistakes. Khalil Mack. Everybody's like, oh, great acquisition. You got Khalil Mack. He's the man. He's a man beater. Khalil Mack. Y'all assuming this is the Khalil Mack that played for the Raiders. You're assuming this is the Khalil Mack that first got to the Bears. He may not be that Khalil Mack. So that's what I'm saying. You got to let things play out. And based on that, until you beat the Chiefs, until you dethrone them in that division, they are that division. The division runs through Arrowhead.
Want to hear who you guys think would be your surprise team in the NFL this year. Also, we'll get to Bart Scott.
Oh, we know yours.
Yeah, mine is the Detroit Lions, guys. It's your turn now. Who is your surprise team in the NFL? Who is this year's version of the Cincinnati Bengals? And they don't have to make it to the Super Bowl, but who is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals this year? But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm, they keep you safe and give you peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT right now. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We'll be right back.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Woodward Sports Network, glad to have you along on a Friday in the city of Detroit. If you are watching on YouTube, let's get to over 100 likes in this segment. Please smash that like button for us. It helps YouTube get our content out, pushes it out to more people. So we would certainly appreciate it if you would do that for us. Hit that like button. 25.1K subscribers.
Yes, sir.
25,100 plus subscribers here on Woodward Sports Network as we continue to drive towards 30,000 subscribers. Let's get to 30,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Let's try that. Guys, before the break, I asked you who would be your surprise team in the NFL. There is one every year, at least. We saw the Cincinnati Bengals surprise everybody last year and get to the Super Bowl. It nearly won the freaking Super Bowl. I believe, and for all my faults, I believe that the Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North this year. That is my worst to first team this year. In 17 of the last 19 years, we've seen a team finish last 1 year, and the next year win the division. I think this year it's the Detroit Lions who does that, and I actually think the Baltimore Ravens do that this year as well. I think Baltimore
they were really beat up
their
last
division.
year.
That doesn't count, though. That doesn't count. Like when
it counts for the stat.
Not really. I mean, you have a team that had 25 ACL surgeries. Like that doesn't count. Like
it counts for the stat. They finished last.
They did
last year.
They did.
And if they win the division this year,
but they were the best. They were literally the best team in the AFC for a lot of last year, and they were dealt with 20 injuries. You know what? For the sake of the stat, you're right.
Who is your surprise team? Who wants to go first?
I'll be happy to.
Good.
I got one in each league.
Okay.
I got the Browns. I'm sticking with the Browns. I think they are ready, and I think they are willing, and I think they are able. As long as the NFL does the thing, whatever they're going to do with Deshaun Watson, does it early, it's over. Then he plays. I think they make the playoffs somehow, some way in that AFC. And then I'll go to the NFC. I was going to take the Dolphins, but they have the new head coach over there. So I'm not going to take the Dolphins with their new head coach. I'm going to stick with the team that I think is ready to percolate. And I've told you about them, and I think it's Washington. I really believe that Washington improved themselves, not at the quarterback position, of course, but in all the other spots on that team. I think they're going to be overlooked, and I think you're going to see them making a push to make the playoffs this year. So I got the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders.
Bray, we'll get to yours momentarily, but first, we have to bring him in. We are really excited to talk to this guy. Detroit native, Southeastern High School, 11 years in the NFL. The great Bart Scott is with us. How you doing, Bart?
Y'all can see me, son?
Oh, yes! Yes!
We got you, brother.
I didn't even know we were live, bro. I thought I was just tapping in. Let me clean my screen for a second. Excuse me, Mark.
We got you, man. We got you loud and clear. Bart, I was listening to you on the way coming in this morning, actually. How is the ESPN radio gig going? Bart and Hahn, 12 to 2 on ESPN radio.
It's a Kuda Matata, man. You know, we're finally able to kind of get some synergy together. Last year, Alan was filling in a lot for the morning show because of Zubin being ill. So now us finally getting back. Oh, man, I see Braylon got the juice and berries. Got a little high
Hey, man, you know what I watch you on ESPN all the time, man? You got the juice and berries going. I say, you know what? That don't look half bad. Let me go ahead and bite my boy's style. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with biting somebody's style if it works, brother.
And it's all good, man. See what I'm saying? You like the what do you call it? You got this metaverse stuff. What's this? What's this? The metaverse or something going on? It's like you the Ed Lover version, like you the handsome version of Ed Lover. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, MTV Raps.
You know what? I'll take that. I appreciate that. People used to tell me that when I played in New York, because he used to do that Monday Bowl thing at Bowlmore, and they used to always say when I would go, Ed, I'm like, nah, I'm the brother catching touchdowns. I'm the brother catching touchdowns. What's up, man?
You the man? Kuda Matata, man. Listen, this is a nice setup, man. Because this is presented by Planet Fitness, do I get a free membership?
Hey, we got you covered, brother.
He'll take you at the black card.
Your fitness is essential, man. We got you covered.
You know what I love about Planet Fitness is the fact that they got Bagel Day. I can rock with a place that you get Bagel Day. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to lose weight at the same time, it's an oxymoron. But you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Everybody got a cheat day, man. You got to put in it's a cheat day.
Hey, Bart, no better bagel than in New York, though. I mean, you can't really compete with that.
But I'm impartial to Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give me corned beef. Give me
there
some
you go.
corned beef.
Lou's Deli,
like
6 Mile, Wyoming.
Out here, it's Wacky D out here, man.
I don't say that too loud. You know, Maz is from that area. He about to lose it over there.
Hey, Bart, let me ask you, Bart, what was hot today for you guys? Either on television or radio. NFL schedule came out last night. What was driving you guys today?
I tell you what, we always love the NFL schedule. Like the NFL is like such a big machine. When you talk about the fact that a schedule release can be prime time, content is amazing, right? It just speaks to where the sport is, where the sport is going. I mean, I think you're starting to see more guaranteed type contracts, but nothing really moved the needle, much like the debacle, which was the game last night between James Harden, Joel Embiid.
Oh my God!
Rivers get fired. The fact that that's all that he was able to give that team after being brought over here to try and help them get a championship was something that was real discouraging for Philly fans. And we're a national show, so we had a lot of Philly fans call in and just talk about how disgusted they were. Wasting a MVP in prime years of Joel Embiid. Is something that over there, Daryl Morey and crew has to get a sense of urgency on trying to make sure that they can put the right pieces around Joel Embiid. They haven't won a championship since '83, man. And, it's time to try and get one.
Yeah, the one thing about it in watching that series, is James Harden, it's okay to admit that he's lost a step. It's okay for him to admit it. We know that he's lost a step. He's not the same guy that he was in the Houston Rockets, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just the effort for me. He didn't look like he gave effort. He looked like he gave the care. It just looked like he was a guy going through the motions. Like, man, you upwards of $250 million, man, and that's just an Adidas contract. I ain't talking about what they pay you in the NBA. So I just didn't like that he didn't leave it all on the floor like Jimmy Butler would have, which is why Joel might be with the Miami Heat soon. Let's get into some football, Bart. You saw the Jets draft. You and I are both former Jets players. The Jets drafted pretty good. Garrett Wilson, they pick up, obviously, Sauce Gardner, Detroit's finest. And then they also pick up Jermaine Johnson. We had a mirror draft like that in Detroit with Aiden Hutchinson and Jameson Williams. Talk to me about those two drafts and what did you see in the Lions and the Jets?
Well, I think they're defining draft picks, right? These are guys that are going to be, your franchise players. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, does anybody look more like Captain America? Like, I mean, you got right now you got J.J. Watt exiting, right, with the crew cut. Like, he can step right in and be Captain America in Motor City, a city that appreciates hard work, a place where he already has, a fan base. And then you talk about Williams and what he's able to do. I thought, it was very smart of them to jump back up and get this player, because understand that if he didn't have the knee injury, that he would have been the first receiver off the books, off in the draft. And we all know that, he's dynamic, his run after the catch. He's close to Tyreek Hill. I think he was the best receiver in his draft. So I think that Detroit, fared themselves very well in getting, I believe, great players, Pro Bowl caliber players, all pro caliber players. And maybe the ties are starting to change in Detroit. Listen, I'm so tired of my dad every Thanksgiving like clockwork. The gravy tastes nasty, the stuffing is sour. Nothing tastes good when your team's getting their ass kicked, right? So the fact that now hopefully these guys can bring some wins, they're playing tough. It's exciting in Detroit, and I think finally they're going to get Williams late in the year. I think it's going to be a great asset for them. And let's see what they're going to do. They still have some opportunity with the 2 draft picks next year, in case golf isn't what I think they already know, but next year's C.J. Stroud, you got Bryce Young, they'll have the draft capital to move up and maybe get their future quarterback, and it's all come together.
Bart, you're a guy that played for Baltimore Ravens. Love that franchise. You also played for the Jets. Love that franchise as well. Me, I only focus on the New York Jets. So with the New York Jets, Zach Wilson, is he the guy, and is Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson the guys that he needs to move that needle and actually have a better sophomore season than he did his rookie year?
Well, I think, listen, you were here with Mark Sanchez, right? You came, you left. Santonio came, left. They didn't do a good enough job. We wasted some draft picks on guys like Quentin Coples, and I'm not gonna name some of my teammates that I felt like
I was there for Quentin.
Expectations, right? But they didn't continue to build around Mark Sanchez. I think the organizations learned their lesson and they're building around Zach Wilson. The first thing they did was go out and get Mekhi Becton to protect him, right? Then they went out in free agency this year. They got Vera Tucker last year. This year they went out and got Langston Thompson from San Francisco. So now they fortified the front, and then they're protecting him with Breece Hall. Last year, Michael Carter, who played very well, Elijah Moore. So they're continuing to add weapons around, right? People always say, I always tell people, if you want a better defense, get a better offense. It's not always about getting defensive players to improve the defense. Playing with the lead is something that is a tool and a strategy. And I think what they've been able to do this offseason, and they got to put it all together. But, Joe Douglas coming from Baltimore, learning from Ozzie Newsome, making sure that he had the draft capital, trading Sam Darnold last year for a second-round draft pick, trading Jamal Adams. That's why they've been able to improve this football team. So now they've been able to improve the football team, but also they've been able to be cheap because now they still have great salary cap flexibility, and that they'll be able to get that secondary free agent market that we all know about once some of these guys get released because they're cap counters. We've already seen it happen with Bradbury. There's going to be some more veterans that's going to get released once they feel like these young guys can take the next step.
Bart Scott joins us, New York's finest, of course, ESPN Radio, Jets and Ravens, 11 years, and, of course, from the D. I wanted to ask you about the tough AFC.
High School.
The tough AFC. I've never seen the AFC like it is now, and I'm pretty old, okay? It's never been like this. Who are your 7 AFC playoff teams? Who are you going to eliminate?
We've been over here trying to figure it out, man.
I don't even know I don't know who to eliminate.
But you trying to place a bet, man? You trying to go to?
Come on, man.
He trying to go to my bookie. He trying to go to my bookie and get.
I might be.
Well, I'll tell you what, and you never know, right? Because health is something that's always paramount. Some of these teams in the AFC are built, but they're razor thin. They don't have a lot of depth. And one thing we know that is certain that injuries are 100% when you get to the league. It's all about, who can stay healthy and who, when they lose one of their stars, has the depth behind them to be able to, weather the storm, so to speak. So when you go to the AFC West, everybody's excited about the AFC West. They have 4 quality quarterbacks. Everybody went out and got them 2 great pass rushers. Kansas City was lacking, but they went out and drafted a kid from Purdue. He's heavy-handed. He can set the edge, and he can give Frank Clark's a little assistance. Yeah. So when you look over there, I think, but they're going to feed off of each other, right? So we know that, we think that all 4 will go, but probably not because they're going to lose a couple. Yeah, they're going to lose a couple of tough games outside of their conference. So you're looking at teams like maybe the Chargers, I think are the best team within that division. Let's see if Russ can cook there in Denver and with the weapons that he has. But I think you only get 2 from there. Right, and it's going to be tough because in Cleveland, Braylon's old stomping grounds, they got a top 3 quarterback in this league. Deshaun Watson. Last time we saw him healthy, he threw for 4,800 yards with a bad roster. Yeah. Now you give him arguably the best roster in football with a lot of depth at every position, and what can he do there? But we don't know if he's going to be suspended or not. So will they be able to win enough games with Jacoby Brissett before the cavalry, the savior, can come? Baltimore is Baltimore. They're always going to be right there. And Cincinnati was in the Super Bowl, and they fortified the offensive line for them. So you want to think that maybe 2 teams are coming out of the AFC North as well. Yeah. And then you look at the AFC East, right? You look at – I'm not a big mac and cheese fan. Like, for everybody to think that he's Tom Brady, I think that's disrespectful to Tom Brady, right? But when you look at, Miami and what they've done, we're going to see. It's funny. The other day it was the film of Tua throwing a deep ball to Tua. I'm like, yeah, that's an interception. That's underthrown. Whoever put that on.
I know.
It was terrible.
We talked about that.
That wasn't a highlight. But we're going to see if he's about it. Brian Flores was fired because I believe he didn't believe in Tua Tagovailoa, and he was trying to, get him replaced in the sweepstakes for Deshaun Watson for a long time. So you look there, two teams from the AFC East. Tennessee's going to be right there. I mean, let's see if Tannehill can step up with Malik Willis, breathing down his neck, getting Wally pipped. I mean, ironically enough, he went there and took Mariota's spot, and now, somebody's right behind him breathing down his neck, because if you throw in interceptions, to Eli Apple, you don't deserve to be in the league, let alone be a starting quarterback.
I can stop you there and tell you that he won't. Ryan Tannehill will be a backup quarterback within 8 games of the season. Hey, Bart, can we get to a break just real quick and bring you back just for a couple minutes?
I got no life.
I appreciate it, man.
We'll be right back. 60 seconds more with Bart Scott, Ermanni, and Edwards.
But first, a message from Gypsy Vodka. That's right, summer of Gypsy is here, and I'm talking about smooth tasting, gluten-free vodka, corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. Oh my God, this stuff is so amazing. Go down, and it's Friday. It's nice outside. It's 85 degrees. I got the silk shirt on, the silk Hawaiian shirt on. Go down to the liquor store right now. Get yourself some Gypsy Vodka. Ask for it by name. And remember, tell them Braylon Edwards sent you, and you should be all right. If you're going to drink, drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey, gang, Ermanni and Edwards right back here with Bart Scott. Bart, I want to ask you about Braylon. Teammates with him in New York. So
yeah, man.
This poor soul has to play with the Cleveland Browns, and then he gets traded to the Jets.
Had to play against this dude twice a year.
So excited to play for the Jets. He's out there on Monday and Wednesday and Thursday diving for balls in practice. What is that like as a defensive player when you see some madman out there diving for balls at a Wednesday practice?
No, let me tell you something. It was like the escape from Alcatraz, man. He came from Cleveland, like he was so happy that he was at a place that seemed like it was a well-run organization, man. But I tell you what, Braylon, I know Braylon for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch him and Spice Adams wrestle, right? And everybody looking at him. People don't realize Braylon cocked like a pistol, man. Probably pound for pound, one of the strongest men in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. Run up on him because you see a little freaky shirt, you will realize that you ran into a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? So everybody out there, that's a public service announcement. Don't let them put them paws on you. But also, Braylon was willing to do the dirty work, right? So as a defender, the fact that he was willing to go out there, block, put his body on the line, and he took pride in that. Understand that he's only going to get a couple limited balls through all ground and pound. As a teammate, you can only respect that because he was doing what was best for the team and not what's best for his career, Pro Bowls and all those things that don't mean anything. And we almost got the job done. If we would have got it done, we would never had to work again in our lives.
Hey, Brian Schottenheimer. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Bart, I want to ask, was it better to be?
He's still getting jobs.
Was it better to be teammates with Braylon for the Jets, or better to play against some Ravens Browns and just talk all that trash to him?
I mean, it was fun. It was fun, man. Because listen, Braylon was out on the outside. Him and Chris McAllister, some of the funny things. You know what I mean? He's going out there. The fun stories they used to have out there, man. As far as just that rivalry. And listen, the 1 year that Cleveland kind of like changed the narrative, man. With Derek Anderson, who was a former Raven, and going out there winning 10 games, and it was a shame that they didn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah, we beat y'all twice that year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Chris McAllister was drunk for 2 of the games. Of course, you was going over the top.
That's true. He was. To this day, like when I tell that story, obviously you already threw it out there, so I'll finalize it. Like, people don't believe I'm telling the truth when I say this. So we line up against Chris McAllister, and that was his teammate. He knows how Chris is. Chris will go out You know, like the Saturday night, he would go out, hang out, and get after it, and everybody knew that. But typically, he would still come and play, and he would be good. Chris was a freak of nature. I like that he could turn it off and on. But this one particular time, I don't know what was going on in his life, but he went hard in the paint. And I literally first snap of the game, I line up, Chris is over me, and they playing press man. I'm like, oh man, come on, I know what Hennessy smell like. I know what Hennessy smell like. So I go to the sideline. I tell Rob Chudzinski, I say, look, I said, Rob.
Chud.
I said, Chud. I said he's drunk. I said, he's drunk. We got to throw a go route. He said, you sure? I said, I know what Hennessy smells like. Ask Bart. Very next play, 80-yard touchdown.
Wow.
Man,
that's damn goalpost.
That is sweet, man. That's how I get you in the Pro Bowl. Hey, Bart, as a Jersey guy living in Detroit, now you're a Detroit guy living in Jersey or New York or wherever you're hanging.
We call it trading places.
That's it, trading places. But we all did well together. What's your pizza? Detroit pizza, New York pizza.
Well, you know me. Can we even call like the pie with the sauce on top pizza? That's like eating a cake, man.
I agree.
That's Detroit.
That's a whole different thing, man. Like you only get one slice. Is like 2 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I have to go with home team.
Absolutely.
Baby. I gotta go with the 3 1/3 special.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God! All right,
yes,
all right. Now settle this
Pizza
debate.
Populous.
Settle this debate between me and Braylon. You ready for this? He loves Aaron Donald. He thinks Aaron Donald is the man. I say nobody is the man except Lawrence Taylor. I'm talking best defensive player of all time. What's your pick?
I think you're showing your age again, right? Because I think he was your hero. It's like almost like seeing your dad get beat up or something if you say that Aaron Donald was up there with him. But when you look at the accolades and the fact that Aaron Donald was always available because he didn't do the off the field things, that LT does. Now LT changed the game, right? Left tackles got paid because that became a premium position because of what he was able to do off the edge. But Aaron Donald just closed out a Super Bowl. Right,
Yeah.
And he has an opportunity to win another Super Bowl, which I think will put him in the conversation as one of the greatest defensive players of all time. And also, he's going to have the resume and the money to back it up because he's going to be the highest paid player twice.
Hey, Bart, we're talking to Bart Scott.
LT won 2 Super Bowls, just for the hell.
Aaron's got
Look
one
at
to
this
win.
guy. Talking to Bart Scott, Detroit native, Southeastern High, pride of Southeastern High, 11 years in the NFL, Ravens and Jets. Bart, I got to ask you this, though, and I'm sure you've been asked about it a million and 2 times. Can't wait. I mean, did you – I know the answer is no, but at the time – and even in the weeks after that, in the years after that, are you surprised that that is still a thing as it was years ago? Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, right? Like Icky Woods had the Icky shuffle, right? And the can't wait just was one of those moments that social media was really starting to emerge that I think people could feel it, right? It was one of those things that wasn't a rehearsed thing. It was raw emotion. It was me, being angry like I'm often am, especially when I play football. And, it was one of those things where it was a defining moment, not just for me, but it was a defining moment for our team, being that we had just got our ass kicked 45-3 by them a couple of years ago and having to listen to all this rhetoric about
couple weeks ago
Brady and Bill Belichick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. It was one of those things. And if you watch everybody at the end of that game, man, you see Bart does the interview with Sal Paolantonio, and he says, can't wait. Bart's a big wrestling guy, so am I. So that definitely came from his years of watching wrestling in the 80s. But then you see Santonio and I doing backflips, like on the field. Like you see us hitting, exactly, you see us hitting moonsaults, and you just see the energy. You see Jericho Cotchery. Jericho Cotchery, one of the quietest, humblest people you will ever meet in your life. Jericho was out there flying around and doing the flight boys and all that. We were excited because we beat them at the beginning of the season. Then they whooped our ass on Monday Night Football, and then all of a sudden it was like we didn't have a chance. We're not that good of a football team. We were like, whoa. Like, have y'all seen our records? Do y'all realize we both were 9-2 when we played them? So I just think we all had that pent up aggression, and Bart summed it up the best.
Yeah, I just let out the frustration collectively of the squad. And like the fact that people still sharing it is a good thing and a bad thing. I'm hoping that the Jets can kind of get some new memories. They haven't won a playoff game since then. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that this is the year and the beginning of the turnaround because remember, Robert Saleh is from Dearborn, right? So like we got a lot of Detroit blood around here trying to get this
Sauce
thing turned
Gardner.
around. Hopefully we get it done. Yeah, the sauce. I got the sauce.
Drip.
The dude got real sauce in that thing too, man.
He
Like,
does.
It's like most creative, dumb things I've ever seen in my life. But, it's good to be young and rich, right?
Hey, Bart, I want to ask you, too. The rookies are in camp at most places around the NFL, rookie camp. You were an undrafted guy in 2002 for the Baltimore Ravens. What would your message be to these rookies who are going to camp now? Many of them late-round picks, undrafted players getting in with a camp. Just looking at your brilliant 11-year career, what would your message be to those guys as they embark on their NFL dreams?
Well, that greatness comes in every shape and size, and it's not where you come, and it's not the first contract that defines you. It's the second one. The second contract means that you're validated, that that you deserve to stay in the league. The first one, anybody can fool teams. We see a lot of guys come in, Jamarcus Russell, Vince Young, guys come in, think they're going to turn the league on their heads. They have a great resume, and then there's a lot more players in the league like me that lasted, right? James Harrison as well, Wes Walker. There's a lot of guys that have tremendous careers. Don't cut yourself, right? And believe in yourself and go out there and compete. Because at the end of the day, consistent effort beats tired talent all day.
Hey, Bart, last thing for me as the elder statesman here. I just wanted to ask you about the Lions. But they're not a national topic. They're going to be on Hard Knocks, though. But they don't have a primetime game this year. They do play on Thanksgiving because that's our game at 12:30. What do you think of Dan Campbell and this Lions team? How many games can they win?
I think we all can agree that even though the result, they didn't get the result that they wanted, that they're building in the process is the right way, right? When you bust your ass, you work hard, and you compete, it doesn't guarantee victory, right? Yeah. But this is a team that competes, and we all laugh at his opening interview about getting knocked down and getting back up and biting kneecaps, Achilles tendons, and hamstrings and all that stuff. But his team represented him, right? Attitude reflect leadership, and his leadership reflects that they're not going to be an easy out. That you can't just go out there and lay your jock straps. And now that the foundation is built about what a Lion is a guy that's going to compete, a guy that's, if he gets knocked down, is going to get back up. Now the team is getting talent. So now you add talent to that effort and hold everybody accountable to live up to that. Then that's when the improvement comes. Listen, Aaron's on his way out, right? And guess what? Jordan Love ain't going to get it, right? So I always laugh when people have great quarterbacks and then they lose them and then they realize what it's like to come back to the pack and understand that the pack's been waiting for you to come back. And that's what Green Bay is going to be. Kirk Cousins. I mean, we don't know what Justin Fields is. Just think next year, if you guys are able to use those two first-round draft picks and get a Bryce Young, a transcendent generational talent, it can be you guys that dominate the division for the next 15 years because they've already got young players that are hungry. It's not the kiss of death like it used to be when you drafted Matthew Stafford or Ndamukong Suh and Megatron, where when you draft somebody, it cripples you, from being able to go out and spend money because you have to pay those guys top of the market, right? When Sam Bradford came in, he was instantly the highest paid quarterback in the league. Now that's not the kiss of death because of the new CBA. So now you're going to still have some salary cap space to go out and attract free agents. And I think people are starting to realize that, hey, something's different in Detroit.
There you go.
The great Bart Scott, we are so happy for your success, man. You rock, and we can't thank you enough for the time here on Woodward Sports Network. Bart, the next time you are in Detroit, the pizza, the wings are on us. 100%. We'd love to have you in studio 100%. Someday, man.
Listen, that's a promise, man. I always come do some hood rat stuff for Braylon.
Hey, for sure. Hey, speaking of that, man, you gotta give me some of that artwork behind you, man. I've been staring at it the whole time. Smooth as ever.
People think I got an afro. This reminds me of my mama.
We ran into Mom Dukes and Auntie when we did the Big Boy show. We performed that. We went live on location at Big Boy over there on the east side, and we ran into Mom Dukes and Auntie. Yeah.
Look at that.
And they still got that. They still got that Anita Baker IHOP. Worst IHOP I've ever been in two of my life, man. I ain't gonna have cold pancakes.
You can't do it. Can't wait.
Can't do it. I can't wait. He wants some cold pancakes.
Enjoy your weekend, Bart. Thanks, my friend.
So appreciate it, brother. I hit you
got it. That's great, man. Bart Scott, you can listen to him on ESPN Radio 12 to 2, and of course, watch him on ESPN throughout the morning. He is just one of the best, man. You want to talk about personality? That guy gets
He's got it. He's got it in spades. And the thing about him, we talked about this off air. I was talking to Leach in the back. It just comes natural to him.
Yep.
Like, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I'm funny, blah, blah, blah. But, like, Bart can just go on and on and on. And he turns it into a quote, and he turns it into a movie, and he takes you in a parody. And he comes right back at him and talks about Sam Bradford back in the day. It could have crippled you drafting guys that high. Like, he just knows his stuff, and he's funny as all hell, man.
How about him talking about the Lions, about going out and getting a transcendental, very good quarterback next year, maybe Bryce Young. Who knows what'll fall their way. And he says Aaron is on his way out. The Vikings are the Vikings. Who knows about Fields and the Bears? He's with you, right?
7-win football team. The Packers.
He's with you?
I think it's a prerequisite. Every time we mention the Packers now, I say 7-win football team.
I like it.
Guys, we're going to get to a break. When we come back, more as we react to the Bart Scott interview. We'll do that. NFL, NBA, NHL. An incredible time in the NHL playoffs.
3 years in a row, the NHL has been the best playoffs.
We got
3 Game 7s coming up.
I thought the NFL was going to win after watching the NFL this year. I was wrong. NHL wins again.
You could potentially have 6
Game 7s out of 8.
That's freaking amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
I love
amazing.
it. But first, a message from MyBookie.
Of course. Speaking of that,
you
can get
nice
on
segue.
MyBookie. Use that promo code Woodward. Double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Bet those NHL playoffs. They are fantastic. Who knows who's going to win tonight? 3 games on the docket. 2 in the NBA. Could be 2 closeout games. Can the Bucks close out the Celtics? Can the Warriors finish off the Grizzlies? You got baseball. The Tigers. Are you going to bet the under on them against the Orioles? Lots to do. Use the promo code Woodward. And don't forget, bet time. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Use the phone number, 1-800-877-270-7117 if you have a gambling problem.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Hey gang, want to tell you about Wingsnob, fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wingsnob has the best traditional wings. Try out those signature sauces, Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper wings. Toss to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online. Look for a location near you. Wingsnob.com. Wingsnob.com. We just have better wings.
Wings. Sounds good right now.
What do you guys think? Maz, Bray, Bart Scott.
He's a
pretty
natural,
darn good,
man.
huh?
Oh, so good. He just got finished off the air. And you know how fatigued we are when you get off the air? And he just rolled with us for 20 minutes. So I thank him. And thank you, Bray, for hooking us up.
Thanks, Bray.
It's all good. It's love, man. I mean, he wanted to do it. He's a Detroit guy as well, so appreciate him a lot. I just caught on some of the last thing he said, and it stood out to me. He talked about, it would say it's a gift and a curse, talking about the can't wait thing. Obviously, everybody talks about it. I mean, it's even in his Twitter handle. It's in his IG handle. Bart Scott can't wait. It's a part of some of his segments on the show. Like, it's very big for him. But then he also said, it talks about that was the last time the New York Jets were good. That was the last time New York Jets were relevant, that they were good. And he wanted them to have some success so that they could stop playing that and they could play something new. I felt the same exact way with Michigan. Like, everybody always come up to me. Everybody talks about the success. All they talked about was the Michigan State game because Michigan hadn't had any success in the last 20 years or so. So it was the Michigan State game. It was that year. It was the Big Ten. And they're always resulting back to that 2004 season because it was the last time. You know what? I loved it. I appreciate that. But I got tired of it. I'm a Michigan guy. I wanted Michigan to win. So now that they had the moment in the snow, that's the new moment. I'm excited when they beat Ohio State. You like it in the beginning, but then when your team sucks behind it, you're like, all right, I get it. Can't wait. All right, I get it. 3 overtimes. Blah. Thank you. Yeah, it was a Michigan State game. But you want your team to have some success. And now that you're seeing that with Michigan, I don't have to worry about that Michigan State game anymore.
Yeah, it's funny because I think about that too, Braylon, with the blessing and the curse, and I'm glad he said it like that because here's this guy who was undrafted, had a brilliant 11-year career in the NFL, and got paid, and he's known for can't wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a blessing and a curse because you never know which direction life is going to take you. Because do you know the amount of doors that opened because he said those two words, can't wait? Potentially.
He's on
and
TV
again,
now.
and again, you have to do the work, right? I mean, you have to do the work.
Look at your guy, Pat McAfee.
But you cannot tell me that a door to ESPN did not open up based on those two words. Because, A, it shows people who you are. You got a hell of a lot of personality, right? But because of those two words, potentially could be a major reason for his job now. So blessing and a curse, I totally understand that.
Yeah, he definitely was. His personality was like electric, and people knew that he definitely could speak. He could break the game down. So he was destined to be on TV. He was destined to be on radio. That was going to happen. But it happened a lot faster. It happened a lot better, and it happened a lot bigger in your face, national TV, because of the Can't Wait.
And New York, right? I mean, you could have said it here. You could have said it playing for the Cleveland Browns, and it don't ring as.
If you can do it here, you can do it anywhere.
And they won.
Yep.
They won the game. He says can't wait for. So
against the number one seed,
that
New
helps.
England Patriots and Tom Brady at Gillette Stadium.
That helps.
I can't get, one of the guys says, I can't get Ed Lover out of my head.
That's funny.
Bart called Braylon out a little bit. Guys, Maz's videos of the day coming up next. But first, a message from SMA.
Went to the event last night. SMA was one of the sponsors, and what we did was we had the conversation. The conversation talks about mental health. The conversation also talks about addiction awareness, and also talks about substance use disorder. But if you want to find out more about how you can be helped in this realm, and listen, everybody talks about it. Everybody needs to hear about it. It is a big deal because 1 in 5 individuals knows somebody or is connected to somebody that has a level of mental health. 1 in 5 individuals knows somebody that is struggling with substance use disorder. Well, you know how you can help them or help yourself? Go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com. Listen, we are here to help. It is discreet, and we are trying to destigmatize these things because guess what? It is okay saying that you're not okay. The Sports Market.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Sticker Genius. Ooh, I love stickers as a kid. And I love Sticker Genius because of the official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. And they also did all of this lovely signage in here behind Braylon, Ryan, Ermanni, Tom Mazawey. How do you not? Go to stickergenius.com. When it comes to stickers and signage, think of Sticker Genius. And how they did this, by the way, in 24 hours. That's one day. It's pretty impressive to wrap this whole studio in a day. StickerGenius.com is their website.
Guys. Twitter is a great place.
And sad place.
Yes.
And disappointing and depressing and angry.
God.
Words hurt.
Huh?
I said words hurt.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I will tell you this. John Sally said, and I quote, "People's opinions of you are not your business."
That's right.
I'm trying to live by that, man.
Yeah.
You could always throw a block party. Remember that.
You could. Well, it's not. It's so stupid.
It usually is.
Right.
You want to say it?
Bette Midler tweets out. Bette Midler.
Bette Midler
tweets out. Impeach Trump. What? I mean,
the real Bette Midler? I thought you meant Bette B-E-T.
I mean, it's
Midler.
just so funny.
Wouldn't that be a good? Wouldn't that be a good handle, Bette
It's
Midler?
just like I'm just like scrolling through Twitter. I don't even know they get those topics now
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't even
Yeah.
follow Bette Midler, but like these
Trending
topics,
Bette
right? Right. Fascinating stuff, gang. Time of the day, we like to play
Maz's
videos
of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's videos of the day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, my first video happens to be with the NFL schedule. Now, did you guys see each team tried to be really funny on social media?
Yes.
Like the Chargers put out the anime. Did you see that they put their games out as Pop-Tarts and anime objects?
Some funnier than others.
Some funnier than others. The Seahawks pulled a huge trick on a lot of their guys, including a guy that used to play here in Detroit, in Q. So it's a 7-minute video if you ever want to go on there and look at the Seattle Seahawks, how they literally tricked at least a half a dozen of the Seahawks, maybe 10 of them. They put up a fake schedule, like they're going to go play in Germany.
NFL schedule leak.
Then they're going to come back and not have a bye week, but they're going to be on the road in New York. I mean, what they did to them was awesome. The Lions used our old friend Detroit Dust. Remember Detroit Dust?
yeah.
The Urban Survival? Well, this is just a quick little clip from how the Lions did their release.
Come here.
Oh,
No. Can you get up in there?
I don't know.
And if you go to Detroit Lions on Twitter, you can see the entire, I think it's 3 minutes, Detroit Dust doing each game little by little. There he was just messing with the interns. All right, how about a happy 61st birthday today? You believe this guy? The Worm.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, 61 years old today.
Wow.
Dennis.
He loves my country.
I hit the rim. It's boom. Click. Go back this way. Boom. Here. Click and go that way. Boom. That way. Click here and go like this way. Now I hit the rim. It's boom. Click and go back this way. Boom. Here.
I wonder if his buddy Kim Jong-un sends him a...
He might be there with him celebrating his birthday.
Not in this country.
He might be there.
Funniest thing about this actual particular deal is when they showed this was on The Last Dance.
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I was very intrigued because he actually talked about this on his 30 for 30. It was 2 episodes, 30 for 30. And I said, wow, man, he was so sharp and so smart. And you realize he was really watching how the ball come off the rim from different shooters. And then you listen more, and it's like he's saying the same thing about every shooter.
I know.
Okay.
You know what?
He's great. No, he knew what he like.
He did great for himself.
No, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
100%. I said, but his eloquation of it, it didn't work out so well.
And Madonna and him. I still can't get over that.
Oh, man.
Madonna and Rodman. I guess I could maybe if you really think about it. Now, Bray, you've been
Takes
talking
one to know
about
one.
the Tigers and how bad they're hitting, and they need a new hitting coach.
Sucks.
I found their new hitting coach. You ready?
Who?
Here he is.
Dan Griesbaum.
You hold your legs like this. Yeah, give me a ball, son. Get your ass over. Give me a ball. Yeah, you hold the ball like this.
Wow.
You want a
Back.
good hit like this. I mean, hold the bat like this. You want a good hit. You want to make it. You want
I
to
saw
you want to
that.
play
Look at
your
this.
feet like that.
So he's really left-handed and doesn't know
Hit
it.
like
That's
that.
what the stuff.
Look at that.
See?
Oh,
See how-
He's
see how
left-handed and
legs
doesn't
drop?
know it.
Give me another.
Give me another one.
Get your ass
You want a
over
full
here, give me a
hit.
ball.
Go get that
Oh,
ball.
Mike's up.
And the ball meet together. You see
I
right
love
there?
how he called the bat
Take
the
that
ball
like
and ran with
Take your
it.
pivot foot and you
The
step
pivot.
into it.
The
Look at
pivot
that.
Here it
foot.
goes.
Full
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
Hey, everybody laughing, but the Tigers need that for real.
That's
that,
right.
That looked legit. He said, hey, you take your pivot foot and you take the ball, as he was really meaning the bat. He's really left-handed, though. That's the funny thing about that.
Unbelievable.
That's what's wrong with the Tigers. There you go. I just solved the
The li-
problem.
the Ti-
So when you're there tonight, see if you can get down there and maybe mention this guy to him.
Unbelievable.
I'm not missing anything. I'm just going, when I got my Tigers jersey in my bag, it says Edwards on the back.
Yes.
I'm just jumping in the rotation tonight.
You should.
I'm gonna just jump in. I can't do any worse.
Andrew Chafin, then Braylon Edwards.
You got Scope. I've been waiting for Scope.
What number you got on this? 17?
17.
All right.
Freaking Scope batting 147. He's the only Tiger that has played every game, and this is what he does.
He's got to sit.
Got to bring up Cody.
Anybody. It doesn't matter.
Bring him up.
Tony Paul dropped by the studios earlier, and I talked to him. I got 5 minutes out of him, and he just said, Scope can't play. He has to sit. And I'm like, can you bring anyone up? He's like, well, they're kind of all up, Maz.
Yeah.
I'm like, how about Cody? Yeah, I guess you could bring Cody up, but they really don't have.
Bring Cody up.
They don't have a lot of bats ready to come up. Riley Green really hurt the team.
I got a bat for you. You ready? There was a gentleman that walked by our studio a couple of days ago. Used to play for the Tigers. You know what? Give Kirk Gibson a bat. Maybe he can help us out on one leg.
He can do it. If anyone can do it, he can do it.
Michigan State.
Very good. Hell of a week out of you guys this week. Great to be with you. Bray, thanks for getting us Bart Scott.
Oh, man,
the great
get
Bart
here.
Scott. So good stuff there.
Fun week, man.
Have fun at the Tigers game tonight.
Appreciate that, man. Watch the Tigers go out there and lose to the Orioles. I mean,
Where you
I'm there.
sitting?
I'm supporting. Behind home plate.
Nice.
Behind home plate. So it should be fun. I mean, it's a little hot for me right now. So
It is.
I'm looking forward to inning 4 and 5. I'm not a summertime
Right.
guy.
I'm
The
with
summer
you.
came too quick.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
I know you guys are excited.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to jinx it for
It's
you
gonna be
guys.
the 60s next
Give me
week.
60s.
Okay, see, that's me
I
right
need
there. Yeah,
60s.
like the 85, May 12th. Oh, that's too hot.
Absolutely.
That's way too hot.
By the way, my ideal temperature
71 with a breeze.
50 to 75.
Bingo.
50 to 75. And that's a 25-degree range. So I'm giving you a 25-degree
I want
range.
50 at night.
50 to
60 during the
75.
days. If I'm going to go to the pool, give me 75 and sunny.
Very good. Love you guys. Off to a daddy-daughter dance tonight. So
have fun with Lydia.
I'm going to leave you. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
All right. And we'll leave you with this. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
To all the non-believers, especially you, Tom Jackson, thanks for having our back, Keyshawn. Everybody can be beat.
So how did that just feel?
Felt great. Poetic justice. We knew we were a much better football team. Come out here, represent, show what kind of character we got. We're pissed off. We wanted to show what type of defense, what type of football team this was. We were catching slack like we barely made the playoffs. We're a good football team.
The team played a lot of anger today, Bart. Why?
For all the non-believers, talk crap about the defense. We're the third best defense in the league, and we're the ones that get disrespected. All we hear about is their defense. That defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we're the ones who get disrespected.
Well, congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.